Namaskar. Today I am going to talk about a very sensitive and a complex topic of the world. And you people will get answers of many unanswered questions which people are waiting since ages. Many years, people have same questions unanswered, never answered. Because the topic is very sensitive, very complex, and attached to our life and health. The topic is the chances of the atomic war. It will be there, it will not be there, this and that and all that. Even the topmost educated people from the universities, high universities and all that never answered that. Keeping the whole world in the dark. You believe it or not. I talked the same about Corona. The same forces, the same scammers, the same designers of the world which created Corona, and they create all these top people from the universities, top-notch scientists. They could have used the same forces of atom for the favor of the humanity, but they created atom bomb. Now, we are asking answers from the same people. How they can answer that? They will never answer because they created this baby. Now, what is our duty? What we will have to do? We don't want to keep us in dark. First point. We should know it. Only then we can arrange our situations, locations, our foods and everything, and keep us fearless. Because fear is the biggest danger of our life. If we are fearful, we get trapped into many things. So we should know the answer. We should know the answer of the question that can there be an atomic war? And why scientifical? The answer should be a scientific answer. I will tell you that. Then on the second step, we will talk about what happens when the atomic attacks or the explosions occur. Then we will talk about what we should do to keep ourselves fearless and the precautions. And at the same time, we will talk about the people or the world powers or the scammers who do all this against humanity. Because the whole structure at this point of time, whole structure of the world is woven by non-genuineness. Keep it in mind. We are living in this non-genuine world where some world powers create a chemistry for some other countries which is unbearable for them, and then there can be possibility of anything what those countries will do to create their survival. Now the first point is, can there be an atomic war? I will go back to the history and tell you why there will be a big possibility of atomic war. I will take you back to the history. Go to the days of the bow and arrow. Bow and arrow was created, then it was used. Then second point, the sword, in Hindi the talwar, was created, it was used. Then the third thing, the gunpowder was created, it was used in guns. Then the bombs were created, they were used. Then the missiles were created, they were used. Tell me anything on this planet Earth which was manufactured and used, never used, or used once, it never happened. Anything manufactured will be used one day. Similarly, we come to the atom bomb. It was used and it will be used. No ifs and buts. So, what we can do? Now you people got the answer. Unanswered thing is answered by me. With a historical fact, this, and this will also be there. When all those things were manufactured, they were used. This will also be used and already used once. Now the second thing, what happens when it is used, when it explodes? And after this, we will talk what we should do to keep our fear away. Because we are here in this non-genuine world, totally woven by non-genuine threads. You believe it or keep yourself in dark, it is up to you. And I request many people who have ego, we have this degree, we have that degree, we have that university, they don't have answer for this. Because those people or those trends or those categories created this. And now if they have ego, some people, even if they are not involved, if they have ego and this degree, I have that degree, but they should keep a pause and listen to all this whole video. No, when this vapors of this atom, they create the mushroom clouds, and then the radiation particles fall on the ground. This is the totality of the game when it explodes. So vapors go in the form of mushroom clouds, and then the particles which are radioactive fall on the ground. What that thing do? That pollute whole the soil, the water, the air, and the foods, everything. In a specified area as per the capacity or the strength of the bomb. and it stays, the effect stays for long period of time because it goes into the soil, into the atmosphere and everything. We will not talk much about Hiroshima and Nagasaki and all that because we are coming to the conclusions what we should do. That I talked, first point, that it will be there with facts, historical facts. Then we are talking what it is, and then we will talk what we should do. We should not stay in dark. It will be there. Later or sooner, it will be there. Because the fabric of the world is woven by non-genuine, greedy, self-centered people who have nothing to take from humanity. They play with the lives of the world. So this is the story. Now what we should do, that's the bigger game. That is the bigger answer. First thing I answered was never answered. That it will be there or not. It will be there. Yes, guaranteed. No ifs and buts. Because anything manufactured, I proved that that was used. And this is already used once. No. And the chemistry created by the world powers and the scammers and all that, when they go to the extent to destroy the existence of other country, and that goes up to the unbearable levels, then it can happen if those people have atom bomb. So what we should do, I'm coming back to what we should do. We have very big options with us. We can stay in the places which are less populated, places which have water around, places which have mountains around, places which has some type of glaciers around. Because, for example, Antarctica type of things. And then we should keep a focus on special foods when we are near those explosions or far away from those explosions. If those explosions are there in the world or in the same state or in the same country, or even if it is in our mind, we can stay on special foods. Coconut oil, wonderful. Sesame oil, सफेद तिलों का तेल. Beetroot, the green vegetables like a kale. Some special nuts. And we can work on other foods also which are away from this radioactive things. Because of the limitation of the time, I am talking about very specific things. So we can create a world of our own with locations in our mind, with food in our mind, with thinking in our mind, because thinking do a very big part. When we are not in the dark, we can stay fearless. And fearless is something very big. Nobody can compare that. That is the biggest safety for a personality, fearlessness. So I covered many unanswered answers. I have given many answers which were never answered. In the history of the world, nobody can tell you that why it will be there. I have gone back to history with the facts. I declared it. My channel is a very small channel, but share it with your friends and the world to know what they want to know, and never anybody did tell them. So now I will talk something, a little, the same thing in Hindi. ये जो एटम बॉम्ब की वार है, उसका आपको ये पूछने का ध्यान रहता है। आप कहते हैं कि वार, एटम बॉम्ब की वार होगी या नहीं होगी, या ये होगा वो होगा। पूरे अंधेरे में हैं आप। हमें अंधेरे में नहीं रहना, हमें हिस्ट्री की ओर जाना है। और साइंटिफिक फैक्ट के साथ मैं आपको बताता हूं, जब तीर कमान थे, तीर कमान चले। जब तलवार आई, तलवार चली। उसके बाद गन पाउडर आया, गन्स बनी तो गन चली। बॉम्ब्स बने तो बॉम्ब्स चले। उसके बाद मिसाइल्स और रॉकेट्स, लॉन्चर्स और ये वो आए, सब चले। टैंक्स आए, चले। बॉम्बर्स आए, बॉम्बिंग की। इसी तरह एटम बम को बना दिया, और एटम बम एक बार चल भी चुका है और आगे भी चलेगा। जब दुनिया ऐसी सिचुएशन क्रिएट कर देगी दूसरे देश के लिए, बड़ी पावर्स जो खेल करती हैं, स्कैम करती हैं, वो जब क्रिएट कर देंगी तो वो दूसरा कंट्री अनबियरेबल होके कोई ना कोई आउट ऑफ बैलेंस चला जाएगा और वो क्रिएट कर देगा। सो आपकी बात का जवाब मिल गया कि एटम वार होगी। आज हो, कल हो, परसों हो, 50 साल बाद, 100 साल, कभी भी हो, ये होगी होगी। अब क्योंकि दुनिया का जो वर्ल्ड का बैलेंस केमिस्ट्री है, वो सारी अनजेन्युइननेस के ऊपर खड़ी है आज। अच्छा, अब हमें क्या करना है? हमें कौन सी प्रिकॉशन लेनी है ताकि हम फियरलेस, डर के बगैर रहें? क्योंकि डर ही सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन है। हमने ये करना है कि हमने अपनी लोकेशन ज़्यादा क्राउडेड सिटीज से परे, ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट सिटीज से परे, जहाँ पे रिवर्स हैं उसके पास, जहाँ पे ओशंस हैं उसके पास, जहाँ माउंटेन्स हैं उसके पास, ऐसी जगह ढूंढे जहाँ बिकॉज द रेडियो एक्टिव वेव्स कैन बी अब्सॉर्ब्ड बाय वाटर। So it is good to stay near the water. अब उसके बाद फूड्स हैं, ये कोकोनट ऑयल, नारियल का तेल, तिलों का तेल, हरी सब्जी, केल या जो भी आपका मस्टर्ड है या कुछ भी है, बीट रूट, चुकंदर। हमें एक नई दुनिया बनानी है, लोकेशन ऐसी है, खाना पीना ऐसा है, तो उससे और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो रेडियो एक्टिव नहीं है खाने में। जैसे आलू रेडियो एक्टिव है, केला है रेडियो एक्टिव है। ये चीज़ें कुछ ऐसी भी हम आगे की सीरीज में बनाएंगे, बात करेंगे। लेकिन आज हमने 3 बड़े बड़े क्वेश्चन जो कभी भी किसी ने जवाब नहीं दिया। किसी को पूछो कि वार होगी एटम की, तो वो कहेगा दिस दैट फलाना ये वो, बट कभी भी आपको सीधा जवाब नहीं मिलेगा, आपको अंधेरे में ही रखा जाएगा। जैसे कोरोना बना था, मैंने उसके ऊपर भी कह दिया था, और उस पीरियड में मैंने आई वॉज एक्टिव, पूरा एक्टिव था। मैंने बहुत लोगों को बोला कि भाई ये आप इसको छोड़िए, इससे अपने फियर को मत क्रिएट करिए, और फियर ही आपको डैमेज करेगा। तो हमने फियर से परे रहना है और ये चीज होगी, उसके लिए हम प्रिकॉशंस लेंगे। बाकी बेस्ट विशेस, एंड आई विल बी बैक अगेन विद समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और इसके ऊपर भी और सीरीज क्रिएट करेंगे। बट pass it on to millions because this thing has never been answered. कभी किसी ने जवाब दिया ही नहीं। नमस्कार। थैंक यू अगेन।